Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. I was thinking earlier, who hasn't imagined themselves as a veterinarian at some point? I mean, come on, puppies and kittens all day long. Who wouldn't love that?
Right.
But we're about to go beyond those adorable daydreams because today we're diving into the real deal, what it really takes to be a general veterinarian. And to guide us on this journey, we're tapping into the incredible resources from RoleCatcher.
They've got it all detailed, career guides, interview prep, even insights into how AI is transforming the job search process. It's pretty impressive.
Definitely not your average job board.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. Beyond the undeniable love for animals, what does RoleCatcher highlight about the realities of this career path?
Well, the guide definitely acknowledges the emotional rewards. Like, who doesn't love a good tail wag, right?
Absolutely.
But it also gets real about the demands. We're talking long hours, dealing with high-stress situations, and the need to constantly stay updated. Veterinary medicine is always evolving, so the learning never really stops.
Sounds like it takes a certain kind of person to thrive in that environment. Someone who can handle the pressure and always keep learning.
You hit the nail on the head. And the Bureau of Labor Statistics seems to agree. They're projecting a whopping 16% growth in veterinary jobs over the next decade.
Wow, 16%.
Yeah.
That's way faster than average.
It is. So clearly this is a field that's in high demand, which makes sense when you think about how much people care about their pets.
That's for sure. Everyone wants the best for their furry friends.
Mm-hmm.
So with all that demand, what surprised you most about the skills RoleCatcher emphasizes?
Going in, I definitely expected a big focus on the sciences, like biology and chemistry, which are obviously crucial.
Right.
But what really struck me was the equal emphasis on other skills, things like communication, judgment, and even get this sales and marketing.
Wait, sales and marketing, those don't exactly scream veterinarian at first glance. What's the connection there?
It makes a lot of sense when you think about it, especially for vets running their own private practice.
Okay.
They need those skills to attract new clients, manage the business side of things, even create those eye-catching social media posts that get people talking. Like, imagine a vet showcasing a new dental care package for pets with those adorable before and after photos.
Okay, you're right. I'd totally click on that.
Exactly. That's marketing savvy in action.
Totally. Now, thinking back on my own experiences with vets, I'm always so impressed by how well they handle those really sensitive conversations. Like when it's time to say goodbye to a beloved pet.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge part of the job. It's not just about treating the animals. It's about supporting their humans, too.
For sure.
Building that trust, communicating clearly and compassionately, especially during those tough times, that's essential. And RoleCatcher really digs into that emotional intelligence aspect. In fact, they've broken down a veterinarian's career into 4 distinct stages, showing how responsibilities and skills evolve over time.
Oh, interesting. So it's like leveling up in a career RPG. I like it. Tell me more about these vet levels. What makes each stage unique?
Okay, so picture this. You're fresh out of vet school, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed,
Mm.
ready to take on the world of animal care.
Yeah.
That's the entry-level veterinarian.
Okay.
You're diving headfirst into routine exams, giving those essential vaccinations, assisting in surgeries.
Right.
It's all about building those core skills.
So lots of learning on the job, I imagine.
Absolutely.
Kind of like a medical residency, but for vets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're taking all that textbook knowledge, all those years of study, and putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Think of it as mastering the basics.
Makes sense. Got to
Yeah.
be confident with the fundamentals before you move on to the more challenging stuff.
Right.
So once you've conquered those early years, what comes next? What's the next level?
That's when you level up to associate veterinarian.
Okay.
You're conducting more in-depth exams, maybe even performing some surgeries on your own.
Wow.
You might find yourself mentoring newer vets, taking on more responsibility within the practice.
So it's not just about your medical skills anymore, right?
That's-
You're starting to step into more of a leadership role.
Exactly. And as you gain even more experience and expertise, you might find yourself as a senior veterinarian.
Okay, the go-to expert.
Precisely. The one everyone turns to.
So what does that look like day to day? What kind of things are you doing?
At this stage, you're leading teams. You're tackling those really complex medical cases, providing expert consultations, really making sure everything aligns with industry standards.
Wow, they really are the veterans of veterinary medicine.
I like that.
I like that too.
They've earned that title.
They have. So what's the final level then? What do you call a vet who's reach the peak of their career?
That would be the chief veterinarian.
Okay.
They've kind of traded in their stethoscope for a more strategic role.
Okay.
They're overseeing the entire veterinary department, making those big picture decisions, ensuring the practice runs smoothly and efficiently.
That is quite the journey.
It is.
From hands-on care to leadership and management.
Impressive.
It really is. And you know what I like about RoleCatchers? They don't just list out these stages. They actually offer these hypothetical profiles so you can really get a feel for what it's like to be in each of those roles.
Yeah.
Like they describe an entry-level veterinarian who's super passionate about animal welfare.
Yeah.
And they go above and beyond to educate pet owners about like proper care and all of that.
It's so important.
It is.
Building those relationships.
Absolutely. And speaking of going above and beyond, I bet those additional certifications in things like animal behavior,
Oh, yeah.
those must come in handy.
Especially when you're dealing with those, let's just say, character building cases.
You know, those pets that like eat your slippers and then give you those innocent eyes.
Exactly. We've all encountered them.
We have.
Those certifications can make a world of difference,
Right.
allowing vets to provide more specialized and compassionate care for every animal.
So let's shift gears a bit now and talk about actually landing that dream job.
Okay.
Because imagine vet school is just the beginning of the journey.
Oh, yeah.
What does RoleCatcher say about prepping for those all-important interviews?
They've got a whole section dedicated to it.
Do they really?
They really emphasize that even if you aced all your exams, even if you're a whiz with a stethoscope,
Yeah,
nailing that first impression is absolutely crucial.
I can see that. Because you're not just showcasing your medical knowledge at that point.
Right?
You're demonstrating your communication skills,
Absolutely.
your ability to connect with both the animals and their humans.
It's a people job, too.
It is. And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
RoleCatcher actually uses AI to help you tailor your CV.
Wow.
Imagine that. Getting personalized insights to make your application stand out from the crowd.
That's incredible.
Isn't that something? It sounds like AI is becoming a really powerful tool for job seekers in this field.
It is.
But what about the interview itself?
Yeah.
What kind of questions can someone expect to be asked in a veterinary interview? So it's not just about rattling off textbook answers.
Right.
They're really trying to get a sense of how you handle those real-world situations.
Exactly.
Those curveballs that life throws your way.
Absolutely. And RoleCatcher actually highlights a question that often comes up.
Okay.
How do you handle difficult or emotional clients?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because like we were saying, it's not just about treating the animals.
Right.
You're supporting their humans too.
Yeah,
And that can be really challenging sometimes.
absolutely. And I imagine experience with different species is a big one too.
Oh, for sure. Depending on the role and the type of practice,
Right.
they might ask about your comfort level with anything from a playful puppy to a
The prickly parrot.
prickly parrot, exactly.
Gotta love those prickly parrots.
You got to be adaptable in this field, that's for sure.
That's the truth. And on top of all that, you have to stay up to date with all the latest advancements in veterinary medicine.
Absolutely. It's constantly evolving.
It is.
RoleCatcher mentions that interviewers will definitely want to hear about your commitment to continuous learning,
Wow.
whether it's through conferences, journals, additional certifications.
So it's like being a lifelong student
It is.
of all creatures, great and small.
Exactly.
Speaking of certifications, I'm curious, what are some examples?
Okay.
I mean, beyond the basics, what kind of specializations are out there?
Oh, there are so many fascinating paths you can take.
Really?
You could specialize in surgery, internal medicine, even animal dentistry.
Wow. I didn't even think about animal dentistry.
It's a thing.
That's amazing.
There are even vets who focus specifically on animal behavior,
Oh, wow.
helping to decode all those quirky things our furry friends do.
So you're saying there's hope for my slipper-eating dog.
There might be hope for your slipper-eating dog.
That's amazing. So many ways to really carve out your niche and follow your passions within this field.
Absolutely. And that's where those professional organizations and conferences can be so valuable.
Right.
They offer incredible networking opportunities,
Yeah.
insights into the latest advancements, and a chance to connect with other passionate vets from all walks of life.
So networking is key in this field.
It really is. Those connections can be so valuable.
Well, this deep dive has been truly eye-opening.
It has been fascinating.
We've covered so much ground,
We have.
from those unexpected skills you need to the different career paths you can take, and even how AI is starting to play a role.
The future of veterinary medicine is looking pretty exciting.
It really is. And I think it's safe to say that being a general veterinarian is so much more than just loving animals.
It's a truly multifaceted profession.
It demands a unique blend of scientific knowledge, compassion, communication skills.
And a willingness to never stop learning.
Exactly. It's challenging, but incredibly rewarding.
Absolutely.
A career where you can truly make a difference in the lives of animals and their humans.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, on that note, a huge thank you to RoleCatcher for providing such incredible resources for aspiring vets.
Definitely.
And to you, our amazing listeners, for joining us on this deep dive into the world of a general veterinarian.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Until next time, stay curious.